because I have the attendance sheet and I'm going to through this attendance sheet one by one. And now Mr. Hazim will be presenting us the paper title, Changing Faith, the context of a religious conversation to Islam in Hungary. So I would also request kindly please share your article online, your presentation online, so all of us can visually see it.
So for how long I can present it?
You have a 10 minutes, sir.
10 minutes, okay. So, all right, can I start now?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, first of all, I will share my PPT presentation first.
And please kindly introduce yourself first to the all audience so they know you very well and it will be easy for them to ask questions as well.
Okay.
And secondly, I'm very sorry, once again I'm interrupting the presenter. Our conference is mostly multidisciplinary conference. Okay, here you will be listening the presentation from the social sciences background as well as from engineering and maybe from the computer sciences, and very unfortunate maybe some of the presentations is not very much related to your course, but yes, we are giving a very much opportunity to the all presenters to have a full time to present whatever is their research area, whatever is their research findings, what they have done their work. So kindly be with us. So now this is Mr. Hazim. He's going to present us his first paper. Please go ahead, Mr. Hazim.
All right. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hazim. I'm a PhD student at LT at Voslooranje University, and this is basically my empirical study research concerning religious identity change, and the topic would be changing faith. It means changing faith, the context of religious conversion to Islam in Hungary. So basically, my research background was there are some points here. In general, the nature of religious conversion does not simply replace on an individual biography with something new. Instead, it is influenced by multifaceted and complex environments. And why I'm interested in studying in Hungary, because I found at least becoming Muslim in Hungary, they have to deal with at least two challenges. The first one, this is about how they can deal with any kind of Islamophobia. As you can see in the diagram here, that's according to Pew Research Center, that Hungary is one of the most unfavorable view against Islam. And the second point that culturally they have to deal with contradictory principle between Hungarian norms and Islamic ways, such as living together without marriage, kissing in public places, etc. Something that's really common in Hungary, but those activities are not allowed in Islamic tradition. Following the research background, then my research objective was to investigate which factor of religious conversion to Islam in Hungary, and my method was a qualitative study which was undertook in Budapest, and it carried out in 3 levels of analysis. Let me explain a little bit clear here that the level of analysis consists of micro, meso, and macro context. In a micro context, I focus on individual who converts, and it involves 13 interviews, consists of 8 males and 5 females. At the meso level, I focus on Muslim communities at 2 mosques, which was Budapest Mosque and Hülmüsen Mosque. Both are in Budapest. And at the macro level, I focus on the Hungarian state political system after the collapse of communism. So now we go to the results. My research finding was I divided into 3 categories. The first one, micro level, it means analyzing on individual converts. So I found 2 categories of conversion in this level. The first one I call finding recognition, and the second one I call active participants. in the context of finding recognitions, what I want to say is that one convert to a new religious belief encouraged by a spirit of getting mutual recognition, such as love relationships. I will quote some point here as Muslim 7. This is my interview. He said that, well, to be honest, I was not religious as many other Hungarians, but then I converted to be Muslim because I had to adapt to Indonesian ways. You know, Indonesia is very strict in this issue. So when I decided to get married with the Indonesian girl and she is a Muslim, I would not be allowed to marry her unless I change to have the same religion. And we celebrated the marriage under the Islamic way, he says. So basically, this is the Hungarian guy who getting married with Indonesian girl. But in order to get a mutual recognition, it doesn't mean that only a romantic relationship. It also can be like parent and kid relationships, such as another finding that I cite here also from Muslima 2. She said, I converted when I was under 16 years old. I believe in only one true God. I trusted that my mom had found the right religion, and I knew about her extensive search and her great character. She was the one who seek the right path and found Islam. So we officially did Shahada together and became Muslim on the summer 2008. Those are the first category on the micro level. And the second category, I say, I call it active participants. It refers to individual decision to change their religious identity voluntarily and consciously as a way of looking for meaning and purpose in their spiritual and natural life. This, in general, this category involves a more complicated conversion process. As I adapt from Rambus model of religious conversion, they used to start from crisis. It can be a psychological or financial crisis. Then try to find a solution. It's called quiz. After that, they try to find someone who can help him or help her. This category can be say encounter. After that, they have a commitment to interact each other, to be more intensive communication, and finally they have the potential convert has a commitment to be Muslim by saying Shahada. So those are the first level, I mean, at the micro level. What about the macro level? At the macro level, what I found from Hungarian context, one of the most fundamental impact of the religious constitution since the collapse of Soviet Union in Hungary is that this country has provided a religious freedom principle. It has resulted to the Hungarian recognitions as stated in the fundamental law of Hungary in freedom and responsibility. It says everyone's soul have the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religions. This right shall include the freedom to choose or change one religion or other belief, and the freedom of everyone to manifest, abstain from manifesting, practice, or teach his or her religion or other belief through religious act, etc. So those are the micro level that's encouraged, or it can be good environment for someone, for Hungarian who convert to any kind of religion, particularly in this context is Islam. And the last level, it's called the meso level. So it's focused on the Muslim communities at the mosque in Budapest. I observed from 2 months here, and from my observation, I found that in this mosque, they established various Islamic group activities, like a discussion, lecture, workshop, and my conclusion is that this group becomes social support for Hungarian who are interested in starting to get to know or to learn more deeply about Islam. As illustrated by my interviewee, he said that, so I decided to come to the mosque several times to visit the Hungarian community here before he decided to be Muslim, and I had discussion with them. So I had started to keep in touch with them since February 2019, and then I converted to be Muslim in April. You know, here is very nice Hungarian Muslim community, he said, and there is a meeting regularly in every Friday afternoon. So we speak many topics about Quran. We share individual experience to each other. We share what's happening in our life last week, etc. So, so this community had influenced me to convert. He said like that. So basically, according to my empirical study, let me try to conclude here that the factor of religious conversion to Islam in Hungarian context could be seen through three levels of analysis: at the micro, macro, and meso level. At the micro context, finding recognition and active participant are the reason why they convert to be Muslim. At the micro context, the collapse of Soviet Union followed the change of the Hungarian state system has impacted the legal support for Hungarian to get religious freedom, which means also the freedom to be Muslim or any kind of religions. At the meso context, Hungarian Muslim communities also provide some sort of social support, particularly for the active participant to convert. Finally, I would say that in some cases, religious conversion can be a result of any single context. In general, all of the contexts are interconnected each other, allowing one to convert to adopt a new religion or to change their religious identity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hazim. It was a really great analysis and the presentation, and the way you have concluded it within the time constraint. Okay, I would like to open this forum. If anyone has any questions in their mind, they can freely ask from Mr. Hazim, please. Does anyone have any question, please?